story this hour. India is all set to secure a non-permanent seat at the UN Security Council later today. All 193 members of the UN General Assembly will be voting to fill 5 vacancies at the UN Security Council. India has an open path to a non-permanent membership. New Delhi is the only contender from the Asia-Pacific region and is expected to easily secure the 129 votes required to gain membership. Once elected, India's tenure is scheduled to last for 2 years from 2021 to 2022. India's previous tenure at the UNSC was from 2011 to 2012, which is almost 10 years ago. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar highlighted India's objectives at the Council earlier this month. He said that India would become the voice of reason in a world where frictions have increased. The interesting contest at the UN today will be for the 2 seats allotted to the Western European and others grouping. 3 countries, Canada, Norway and Ireland, are in the fray for the 2 seats. There is a one-on-one contest between Kenya and Djibouti for the single seat up for grabs from Africa. India, of course, is a founding member of the United Nations and has served at the UNSC 7 times. New Delhi has said that a vote for India is a vote for transparency, credibility, accountability and effectiveness. Our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, is joining us live for more on this. Good evening to you, Siddhant. India well on the way to a non-permanent membership. New Delhi is the only contender from the Asia-Pacific region. Please explain the significance of India's seat at the UNSC for the 8th time, especially at a time like this.
Well, yes, Alison, it's a significant development because this was something that comes at a time of the massive COVID crisis and increased fault lines across the world, because it doesn't look like that the COVID crisis is going to come to an end very soon. And India's non-permanent seat, the tenure starts from 1st of January 2021. We know that India will be focusing on how to handle the COVID crisis. We have seen an increasingly divided United Nations Security Council, so much so that even after months, the United Nations Security Council is not able to come out with a release or a resolution on the COVID crisis, primarily because of the divergences between the 2 major countries at the United Nations Security Council, China and the United States. But if we talk about the other priorities which New Delhi has, the major one will be the issue of terrorism. This is something that New Delhi has been raising at the United Nations Security Council, especially when it comes to the cross-border terror issue. For that, India had put in place CCIT, Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism, that was put way back in 1996, and it basically calls for a common definition on terrorism, because as of now there is no common definition who is a terrorist. So that is something that India had put in place, but it hasn't been passed by the United Nations General Assembly and of course not backed by the UNSC so far. So that will be the other key priority. But by and large, India will be focusing on making sure how the fault lines, the global fault lines which have emerged quite openly now, how they can be reduced. We know that even as we speak, tensions are high between India and China, China being a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. So by and large, what New Delhi is also looking for is for an expanded UNSC, because India being one of the largest, in fact, democratic country population-wise, is not on the high table. So when it comes to reforms at the United Nations Security Council, this is something that India will also be raising when its tenure starts. This is the 8th time India will be at the high table. It has been like 10 years ago that India was at the high table. So this time, of course, India will be making sure that there is concrete movement when it comes to reforms at the United Nations Security Council, and also making sure that it becomes the voice of many countries, small countries, African countries at the United Nations Security Council, and take meaningful decisions, unlike we have seen the UNSC not doing so far, in fact indulging in barbs against each other, especially China and the United States.
Right, Siddhant. And once elected, India's tenure will last for 2 years from 2021 to 2022. Now, considering what you've just said and highlighted with regards to China, what are the other roles and responsibilities that India will take on as a non-permanent member?
Well, United Nations Security Council is a 15-member grouping of which 5 countries are permanent countries. We know these countries, and these countries in fact govern the international system. This system emerged after World War II, and since then it has been working, but it has faced a lot of pressure also, given the fact that how the geopolitics has changed across the world. It has been 70 years, and that is why, to reflect the new geopolitical realities, India will be making sure that there is reforms at the United Nations Security Council, and by and large focusing on development at a time when the world is focusing on other issues, and there have been major divisions among various countries. So that will be India's focus. But by and large, if we look at what India has been doing so far, we know that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after he was elected as India's Prime Minister in 2014, his first tenure, he went to the United Nations and called for the Yoga Day celebration. Today, Yoga Day is celebrated across the world on 21st of June every year. So these kind of soft power focus has been the main focus so far. But this time around, when India will be at the high table, India will be focusing on many things, including taking a stance on issues such as in Middle East, like the civil war in Syria. So in terms of its rise as a global power, these 2-year period will be significant and comes at a time of once in a lifetime change in the current geopolitics of the world.
Sirhan, thank you very much for that report. Our principal diplomatic correspondent there, Sirhan Sybil, bringing us the latest.